I found this AI app where you can like type in multiple different AI prompts and it'll like fuse them all together. I'm gonna turn AI drawings of Pokemon into real looking Pokemon with movesets, abilities, whatever, you know, all that stuff. Grass Dragon Pokemon. Oh my god. Look at this guy. These are actually pretty amazing. Double-headed one. Zooming in kind of makes them worse. That is extremely sick. Oh man, we're gonna be out of a job in like 3 weeks, dude. I decided to go with this guy because he really gives off the starter vibes and I really like that pose. He looks like he has some long spiky pincer things on his arms, and there's just a whole lot of movement in this design, so I'm going for it. I was referencing Charmander and Snivy the most, I think. I've always thought Snivy had a lot of nice movement through its whole design, like through its body and tail, and Charmander just has that iconic Pokemon dragon shape. I kind of can see these big like leaf wing flappy things off the side of its arms. I made his arms pointy. He's kind of like a praying mantis in a way, huh? And I wanted the tail to really coil around his back. That random dot in his body is a little creepy. I kind of feel like it's hollow, but besides that, this really feels like a Pokemon. Originally, I wanted to kind of give off starter vibes, but now I think it's too detailed for that. This is a pseudo-legendary, like Bagon or Larvitar. All right, here we go. You're gonna have to help me with the names. I'm really bad at names, all right? At least off the spot. This is Spiketile, the grass and dragon Pokemon. Spike, Reptile, Spiketile. It's the spiky lizard Pokemon with the ability Sniper, which powers up your critical hits, and Skill Link, which makes multi-hit moves always hit the most amount of times they can. And because of that, I had to give him a special move. Emerald Spike does 25 damage per hit, but every single hit gets more and more likely to crit. But with Skill Link, it's gonna hit 5 times guaranteed. And look at that black shiny. I would 100% shiny hunt this thing. Now, I was kind of only supposed to do one design per type. However, I wanted to evolve this thing because there was one other cool grass type AI drawing in there. This thing has potential, and I wanted to challenge myself to make this feel like an evolution to Spiketile. Now, because Spiketile is standing up, my natural inclination was to make this a bipedal evolution. However, I always do that. So I also challenged myself to make this thing standing on 4 legs. I made sure to keep the silhouette of the spiky backwards head things, and I gave it proper front legs this time, but still kept the emerald spikes kind of on its forearms, I guess, so it can just like stab people still. On its back, it kind of has this kind of little Bulbasaur like cabbage growing out of it. I don't know if that's like an egg that maybe a Spiketile would hatch from, or if it's like a seat for a trainer to ride it. There's a lot of yellowy kind of green going on in the reference here, so instead of the light pastel green that Spiketile has on his body, I just went all in with the emerald green. This is Draco Spike, the grass and dragon spiky dragon Pokemon. Most pseudo-legendaries have 3 evolutions, and usually the middle form is kind of like a cocoon as well. Maybe there's a secret Pokemon in between these two that we haven't seen yet, because Draco Spike is seeming like a final evolution to me. That thing is very big. Anyway, this thing has even more spikes than Spiketile does. There's like 5 spikes on the tail. The back of its back legs has spikes, and I tried to keep those wings there as well on the front legs, but they're not fully evolving into wings. This thing cannot fly. It has a huge attack stat, pretty good defenses, I guess because of all these spikes, and a pretty damn good speed too. Let's go Fire Ghost Pokemon. Oh, these are awesome. Okay, I can see the potential already. So this is some kind of ghastly Haunter Gengar fused with I don't even know what. Yo, look at this guy. Bro, I can already see this. We might not be fully out of a job if they can't actually do better at drawing than this. I chose this one because this is just like extremely unique. He looks like he's goofy running, but he has a massive flaming skull on his shoulder. His proportions are extremely weird. That head is tiny, but I think I can make this look cool. I'm getting legendary vibes, so I made him feel huge. This thing's like Palkia big. I wanted the art to make him feel like he's really stepping into it, like he's ready to go. You know, he's about to step off and go really fast. This Pokemon runs fast. The design is like, again, kind of spiky, kind of flamey looking, a very Gengar purple with some kind of crazy red eyes. And I was referencing Duskull for the skull. I almost want this to somehow be a tie-in to Duskull. Like this is some kind of legendary form of Duskull, you know what I mean? By the end, I felt like it was just a little bit too simple if this is going to be a legendary. So at the tips of all its like hands and its tail and its head, I gave it like this burning red. There we go. This is Scolder, the fire and ghost Pokemon. The name's like Skull and Shoulder. And isn't there like a fire word that's like got older in it? I can't think of what it is. Scolder would have flame body because it looks like if you touched it, you would get burned. But its hidden ability, I think, would be speed boost. Bates 130 attack, Bates 130 special attack, and 140 speed. One of my favorite moves in the game is Sacred Fire, which people think is a special move. That's a physical fire type move that used to be Ho-Oh's signature move, but not anymore. Since like Gen 6 or something, I'm pretty sure Entei can learn it as well. Like I said, it is massive, way bigger than a normal person, and that shiny is is sick. Let's try water flying type Pokemon. Whoa. Oh, look at this eye. It kind of looks like Porygon 2. Oh, I think I want to do this one. Big ear wings. These are crazy. It's kind of Articuno-y. Bird. Guess that makes sense. I went with this one because it kind of felt like a dolphin, and I mean, we don't have a dolphin, so it's time for a dolphin. And that wing silhouette was really cool, and I also like these flowy, drapey bits that are coming out of the back of its head. My first instinct was just to go with a nice shape with a big, happy smile. I've always loved Lantern's face, so that's kind of what's going on here. The colors are pretty simple, kind of a pastel blue. There's a bit of eye trickery going on. You kind of can see, like, it kind of has a fin on its head, but also that fin is actually just negative space between the wings and the little flaily thing. It's really confusing. I flip-flopped for a bit, but I decided it can have the fin. I wanted to push the flying type big time in this Pokemon as well, so I really pushed the featheriness. There we go. This is Dolphlight, the winged dolphin Pokemon. I wanted this to be a bit more of a balanced Pokemon, so it's got some pretty good HP and special defense, decent attack, and because it's a dolphin with these crazy wings, it's a little faster than maybe it looks. Because of that, I gave it two abilities, Swift Swim, but also Gale Wings. Gale Wings is a crazy ability that makes all flying type moves go first if your HP is full. And because it's like a semi-bulky Pokemon, I think this would have a few ways to get HP back. Also, purple shiny. Yes. Electric fighting type. For some reason, this type combination doesn't exist. I really feel like Zorora should be electric and fighting type, but it's not. So we're gonna make one now and make it even better than Zorora. That's a big call. Come on, be something amazing. Please don't let me down. They all just look like Pikachu. Is that Manectric and Pichu? What is that? I'm going again. Screw you guys. I've wanted a Pokemon of this type for forever. Why doesn't it exist? Please give me something amazing to work with. This has not been particularly easy so far. Oh, my God. I mean, this is extremely cool. I can see it. It's almost like it's holding the aura, like Lucario's aura. I think I have to go with that one. It's such a interestingly dynamic pose. It feels like it's holding its arm and casting a freaking energy blast in its hand while hunched over. If you don't know by now, I'm also a massive fan of what I've called backwards head things. Basically, just anything that sticks out of the back of something's head, I think looks awesome. I tried to really replicate how I saw this pose. Like, it needs to really focus on this one arm to charge its energy. Besides that, I just tried to make sure that it kind of felt like the colors lined up to the point where it ended up looking like it had kind of shoulder pads and even like a kind of shark fin out the back. I made its aura energy blue just like Lucario and its eyes to really just emphasize that. And once I'd drawn its spiky tail and colored in, it just started to really make sense to me. However, because this hunched over body pose was covering so much of its design, I drew a second pose. This was supposed to be just a real typical three-quarter concept pose, like it's in some kind of a manga character design sheet, and my inner Dragon Ball started to come out now. You could just tell. This was starting to become like a Frieza Mewtwo, but electric and spiky. So I guess that's where we've ended up. This is Sire Bolt, the energy Pokemon. Now hear me out. Apparently the name Sire, at least in Japanese, is synonymous with the word strength. The word Saiyan, which is the race that Goku is from Dragon Ball Z, is pronounced Saiyajin in Japanese. So his name is kind of strength bolt, I guess, which is kind of the definition of a fighting and electric type. Its ability is called physicality. It makes all moves use the physical attack stat, but special moves will still do special damage. And because of that, it doesn't have any special attack stat at all. So there are no wasted stats on this guy. Instead, he has one of the highest physical attacks of all Pokemon ever, and one of the highest speed stats, but some pretty not amazing defenses. Considering this Pokemon is already weirdly unique, I gave it a new move, Bolt Rush, and it's basically extreme speed on crack. It's got 75 base damage, but it has priority over any attack. This is pretty much guaranteed to always be the fastest move in the game. He's a bit taller than a regular human, and he has a crazy light golden shiny, which I imagine would make him kind of look like Ultra Necrozma. Subscribe to the channel because this is probably on the art channel, which means this is a new channel. There's no one here. Like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Comment any art video ideas you have. Doesn't even have to be Pokemon. I'll do anything. I'll be writing them all down.